Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, Christine. Welcome, welcome to all my get together people and all the new people that might show up. Um, Hello, 19 years old. We are all doing pretty well, I hope. I hope. I am leaving chat up, so don't say anything that you don't want to be left up in chat. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Missy, Carolyn, Mitzi. I had planned on being at 1 because that's the time that I do the get togethers on Saturday at the library. So this is a Saturday, 1 o'clock, get together, online, stress free, take a break from the reality of the craziness kind of stream. And we're going to do some of the little exercises, little workshops that I do at the library. So I hope you've got some supplies to play along. So hello, Carolyn, Tina, Dina, Mary, Nashwa, Laura. Hello, everyone. So what we need is some kind of backgrounds to use. All right. You're in Orlando, Carolyn? You're in Orlando. Um, you need to come to our get togethers. So, I like to use squares for these workshops at the get togethers. I usually cut out some squares ahead of time so that people don't have to come up with them. And um, we've done squares in many different sizes. I find or have found that people we've worked with, I think these are 5.5 inches. Yeah, about 5.5 inches. Um, they they tend to be a little bit too large. There's a little bit too much space to fill up with this size. So these are 4-inch squares, and that's usually about the size that we use. So any squares will do, anything that you've got. And if you don't have squares, if you've got, postcard size or something, that is fine as well. I've also put together signatures, and this is one from one of our get togethers, and just used a page to work on, hoping that eventually I'll get the signature filled up and put it into a book. So if you've got a signature, if you've got, postcard size, if you've got squares, it can be regular paper, just something to mess around with. Some glue too. The first exercise we've got going here is going to be a warm up. Hello, Sarah and John. John, are you playing along today? Um, John was at the last get together. This is the second one for Sarah and John. Hello, Lisa. You guys, when you're saying hi to me, please say hello in caps so I catch it. I don't know if I have moderators today, so I'm using my headset so I can actually look at chat and see what's going on. I may be all by myself. Um, John did some for not being a collage person. He did some really good collages. Maybe it was beginner's luck, huh, John? Hello, Courtney. He's playing. Perfect. I hope you guys are having some fun here. Going to have some fun. This is no stress. This is the first one we're going to glue, but after that, I think that we're just going to arrange stuff and take pictures if we really, really like it. Don't glue it down unless you love it. These are just exercises. We're just getting used to doing some collage. We're just playing around to see what we like, what we dislike, what works for us, some of our style. We're just messing around. So if you don't want to glue down whatever it is that you've got, you don't need to. You don't need to. All right? And hello, Katie. Hello, hello. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. All right, so you need a base, something small. Like I said, these are small, quick little exercises. You don't want huge stuff. You want some focal points, things that will grab your eye's attention, maybe hopefully some fussy cut ones, but I've got some that are not fussy cut so we can work with all kinds of stuff. I've got just a few here myself, not a ton of them. I also have some stamped images to work with, and I might need to put some of those in here because I will forget about them. My desk here is just a little cluttered, and so I might need to unclutter just a tad. Just a tad. Um, Give myself a little bit of room, I think. All right, and then the other thing that you're going to need is some background fodder. All right, some background fodder. Hello, Susan. Hello, Susan. And what I mean by that is book text, things that don't have any focal points. Little bit of color, maybe not a lot of color because color does draw your eye, but things that can go in the background that will enhance your focal points, that will um, draw attention to your focal points. So some vanilla ice cream so that your topping is better. All right, so I've got a whole bunch of that. This is the bin that I do take together to the get-togethers. So I'll be using all of that. All righty. So are we ready? Ready, set, go. Are we ready for a warm-up exercise? How many of you guys are playing along? Chopping onions? Chopping onions? No, no onion chopping. You have to have glue in your hand. Miss Hottie Popo. Oh, what are we going to do with you chopping onions? What are we chopping onions for? All right. So, the first thing we're going to do is what I call 7 pieces. Now, those people that come to the get-togethers, you know what I'm talking about. All right? We are going to gather from our bits here that we have. We're going to gather 7 pieces of paper. Now, I want you to gather 2 things from your focal point bits, 2 things, and I'm just going to grab these 2 things here. Am I going to grab these two focal points? Maybe this one. Maybe that one. And then 5 other pieces of paper. Ooh, corned beef hash. That sounds good. 5 other pieces of paper. So you want some different kinds of paper. You don't want everything to be the same size. You want some text, you want painted paper, some scrapbook paper. You want a various different things for your papers, and you only want 7 pieces. You want to make sure that you've got different sizes, different kinds of paper, maybe not too much different colors, but something kind of like that. I'm looking for one more something. You know what? I'm going to take that one instead of that one. And that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have got 7 pieces of paper. All right? All right. Hello, Keller. 7 pieces of paper. Now, I am not arranging these. I'm not trying to plan ahead. This is more of a no thinking, no planning ahead. Hi, Kathy. Kind of exercise. This is supposed to loosen you up a little bit and get your juices flowing. So no no backgrounds yet. No background squares yet. You're still working with the pieces that you have. So get 7 pieces of paper together. 7 pieces. And maybe I need to come in just a little bit more so you can see what I am doing. I have to remember that it slides over and it's not in the middle of my desk. All right. So that is me. And so the next thing that I am... Hello, Malia. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to alter those pieces. Before we do anything else, we're going to alter them. I don't really like this little hole here, so I'm going to tear that off. And I don't like this straight edge. Oh, there's 2 pieces of paper here. So I only need 1. So I am going to rip off those square bits. My 5 is good. I don't necessarily like all that stuff. So I'm going to alter my bits. I am not planning where I'm going to put them yet. Please don't plan. Don't plan yet. This is a non-planning thing. Don't get ahead here. Alter your bits the way you want them, because when we start gluing them down, you're not going to be able to. So alter them now. I am going to fussy cut this out just a little bit. Give it a little bit of shape. Now keep in mind that all 7 pieces are going to fit on your background piece when we get that out. All right. All right. Hello, Anne. YouTube isn't telling you when people are live. It just shows videos. Well, that's not good. YouTube has issues. You know, they've been doing that. They're not done with great with notifications anyway. Um, it's just, maybe one day they'll get it together, right? We hope one day that they'll figure it out. All right. So, anybody that is working with me here, I hope you have your 7 pieces altered the way you want them. 7 pieces. Hello, Colleen. Just 7 pieces. Thank you. Somebody tell me that they're ready. Have I given you enough time? Have I given you enough time? 7 pieces of paper. I think since they've changed the live thing, I had to change the way I get to be live, and it seems like they haven't updated it to the new system yet. I was not able. I can't stream the way I used to. I can't stream directly anymore, and it seems like they don't have the new setup activated to let anybody know. So it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So you follow me on Instagram. I know, I know. I think I've seen you. Okay. You don't know, Missy. Missy, get it together here. We're moving fast today. We're moving fast. We're not going to be here all day. Correct. 5 pieces of paper, 2 images of some sort. 2 images of some sort. All right. Hello, Franna. Hello, hello. All right. We're going to go on to the next bit. Get your background. Yay! Put it to the side for just a second. All right. So look at your 7 pieces. Are you ready? Look at your 7 pieces. Here's the trick, you guys. Here's the trick. Take a look at them, spread them out so you can see all of them, and pick the smallest one. Is my smallest one. And I am going to put it in a pile. I'm going to pick my next smallest one, which I think is, it's a toss-up. I think it's going to be this one. I picked some really small focal images. I don't know. My next smallest one I am going to call this one, and I'm just going to keep putting them on top of the one before it. All right, I'm going to call this one my next smallest one. So I'm making a pile from smallest to largest. These are kind of the same size. This one's just a little bit smaller than this one. All right, so I have the smallest on the bottom and the largest on the top. Okay, hello, hello. Now this isn't not an exact science. Guesstimate the size. If you've got a couple that are pretty close, you decide which one goes first and which one goes second. That's all there is to it. Make your pile. Make your pile. Are we ready? Are we ready? Missy? Okay, so we've got our pile, and this is where the no thinking thing comes into play. No planning, no thinking, no nothing. We're going to glue this one down, you guys. We're going to glue this one down. I'm using this awful Jot glue. I can glue it down later if it comes unglued. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first piece off of our pile, and we're going to use the pieces in our pile from the top one to the bottom one. We're not going to mix them up or anything. We're using them the way we piled them. That is the rule. Well, that's okay, Missy. If it's huge, put it on the top. If it's the biggest one, put it on the top. Put it on the top. All right? So, in most cases, it won't be covering your whole entire base. Missy, if yours covers the entire base, just glue it down. But for those people that have their first piece Oh, I know it is awful stuff, but I'm just going to use it. Yeah, the Jot glue is no good. It's horrible. It's bad. It is bad stuff. You don't even bother buying it. Really, just don't. But I'm just going to use up what I've got. Um, so our very first piece, we are going to glue. It's a fussy cut. All right. Well, you're gonna have this might be fun. I might need to see a picture of this one. The first piece from your pile, glue it not in the center, just off center somewhere. Off center. You don't want it centered. And this glue is a little old, so it's really, really horrible. Off center just a little bit. You don't want it in the middle. Just off the beaten path here. All right. Then go to the next piece in your pile, and you want it to touch, overlap the first piece somewhere. It can overlap a lot, or it can overlap just a tad. I'm going to put it there. It can go over the edge. You can cut off bits if you want at the end. That reminds me I didn't get the stamp pad out. All right. And you're just going to Missy, oh Missy, I'm just shaking my head. You're just going to go down your pile in order and glue each piece on your base. Down the pile. And you're going to overlap the one before it somehow. It might be just barely touching, or it might be really overlapping. It depends on how big your pieces are. And you're going to put all 7 pieces on your, see, I've got some big pieces here. I think I'm going to put it this way. Let me put it down this way so it's touching the edge. And then my next piece until you use up all your pieces. Okay. Overlap, overlap, overlap. So how are we doing, guys? How are we doing? How are we doing? That seems to want to be this side up. And then my goat here. So my focal points are going to overlap each other because I picked too small. Almost too small. Just going to overlap them a tad. Maybe I should put it up here. No. Right there. All right. All right, how are we doing? How are we doing? All right. So I am going to cut off the bits that I let hang over the edge. And this is like let me get a good one here. This is like the magic part of it. I don't know what it is about this, but this makes it all better. Take an ink pad and just frame your collage with a little bit of black ink. Seal it in. Give it a frame. Close it in. It seems to be really magic that way. The deli piece. Okay, so this is mine. Of course, I've got the autofocus off. Hello, Jean. Oh, yeah, I love the tickets from the deli. I always go by once or twice and take a ticket. Um, and I usually look around because people drop them off if I'm actually getting something from the deli. The counter usually has a bunch of them, and I will take a handful. If they've got a little bin, usually, I haven't done it in quite a while. I've used up quite a bit of them. I pick them up. I love any kind of ticket. I love them. All right. So this is not supposed to be a masterpiece. This is supposed to help you not plan ahead. It's supposed to make you think about putting large pieces on the bottom, smaller pieces on top, and layering things up. Oh, I think I've mentioned deli. These are my favorite numbers. I love these things. I love these things. All right, what do we think? Do we want to try that one more time now that we kind of know what we're doing? If it's paper, man, it's fair game to me. Um, I found a lottery ticket here the other day, and I plan on tearing it up and using it for bits. Um, all right, so let's do it one more time, you guys. Let's do it one more time. Now, hello, Peggy. Now that you have an idea of what it is, the first time you're not supposed to know what is coming ahead. All right? It's going to help you stop planning, stop arranging stuff on the thing, and then getting frustrated because nothing seems to work. This is the no think, put it down kind of thing. All right? So let's do it one more time. A little bit faster this time, I suppose. Um, I'm going to pick something a little larger for my focal point. Let's see, what do I have? What do I have? I have junk mail. Junk mail. And since it's Statue of Liberty and I've got this ship, see, this is me planning. And stop planning. All right, putting the ship back down and something smaller. Hmm. This is left over from that book that I still haven't finished yet, you guys. A little rabbit. A little rabbit. Okay, so those are my two focal points. And let me get... Here's a piece of painted paper. Piece of color book something. Let's see here. I want some smallish bits. My bits were too big last time. I want book text. Book text, where are you? Here's a piece of newspaper. That would work. A little bit of security envelope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more for me. I want something small-ish. Maybe this number. I'm in the numbers. I'm in the mood for numbers. In the new mood for numbers. All right. Close your eyes and pick. Well, if you've got a lot, if you've only got 7 pieces, you want to make sure that they go together in a way that you really like. But yes, I do have the workshop where I closed my eyes and picked on my Patreon. And I'm going to alter these the way that I want them. I am not going to take a lot off of this. I'm going to have it be pretty large. Those are pretty good, and I'm going to take the edge of that off like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't seem like very much there, but it is. It is 7. It is 7 pieces. 7 pieces. I've altered the 7 pieces. I'm not planning. So my Patreon has a bunch of these exercises. I call them workshops. A bunch of different kinds of short little things. Some are longer than others. With this kind of stuff. Hello, crafty angel Christine. All right, so I'm going to grab my square again. You know what? I might just use a piece of book text just to make it interesting for myself. All right, what did I do with my gluing magazine? Okay, so my smallest one is this rabbit. The next one is this. The painted paper, the newspaper, the 8, that, and then my focal point is the largest this time. I did kind of plan that. I guess I did kind of plan that. All right. All right. So if you're interested in some fun little workshops like this to help with color and using texture in your collages, focal points, and just random stuff, these are the kinds of things that you can find there. I also have uploaded a bunch of printables. I'm having trouble with my printer, and it is my printer because other people say that they are fabulous, but I've got printables that you can download and print out and use. I think there's about 25 of them now. All right. All right. Are we ready? When you're ready, we are going to glue them down the same exact way. Largest is on top, the smallest is on the bottom. Glue your pile in order and make sure that each piece you're putting on top overlays the first piece somehow. Let me see if I've got glue all over my thing here. And I'm going to need another glue stick. All right. So I'm going to put it this way. Off center, you don't want it exactly in the center. Actually, let me just scooch it over to the side a little bit because it's huge. All right. And then go down. I need another glue stick. I need another glue stick. Thank you. I'm glad you like the printables. There's This is just the tip of the iceberg. I have a ton of them that I want to. Oh, that one is, that one's dry. That one's ready to go away. Ready for its next life. All right, so my next one is this one. Oh, see, it's been pretty hot here, and so I bet they've been baking in this room. I bet they've been baking. All right, so let me put it right there, overlapping that a little bit. The next one. I like this because you don't have to think about what to put down next. It's right there decided for you. Let me put it this way. All decided for you. You don't have to struggle with that. The next one. And depending on how big your bits are, let me put it here. And then the next one. And then the next one. Now I've got a whole space over here that doesn't have anything, so I'm going to go that direction, and my rabbit has to go on top of that. It looks like my rabbit's going to end up being on top of this flame. My rabbit's on fire. If I had planned this, of course, I don't think I would have put the rabbit on top of the fire. Oh well. Oh well. All right. So now I've got things that are off. Yes, the description box below has the link to Patreon if you're interested in taking a peek over there. Just $1 a month gets you to see the workshops, to get to the printables. There's some process videos over there. There's you also get the early bird specials. I offer things for sale to my Patreons first. Okay, so that is my collage. I'm going to ink it in with black just to enclose it just a tad. Give it a frame. Probably should have cut that off just a little bit. Oh well. And how are we doing, guys? How are we doing? What do you think about your collages? And it's okay if you don't like them, Sarah. Sarah is a lurker, and I do want to say hello to my lurkers. I know that you lurkers out there are shy and don't really want to say hello. I do appreciate everyone that comes and visits, and it's fine if you just want to be a lurker. I understand. So hello and welcome. All right. So mine are way different. A hot mess. A hot mess. Christine. Christine. What are we going to do? All right. You're trying not to, you're not supposed, you can't think about it if you've got a pile of smallest to largest. How can you be thinking about it? All right. Having fun. Good, good, good. All right, so let's do another little thing. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. All right. Um, let's pick one focal point. Let's pick one focal point, a fairly large one. You want it to be about 2/3 of your base. All right. And I'm using 4-inch squares. So I want something that is, something it's fairly large. I guess he's gonna work. He's pretty big. He's definitely a focal point. You want your focal points to be on the large size. You want them to take up quite a bit of space. You want your eye to go directly to the focal point. You want it to be bold, either in color or you want it to be darker than your backgrounds. You want whoever is looking at your focal point to know that that's what you want them to be looking at. Don't make them guess. First time being in the live. Well, I'm glad you showed up for this one. I'm glad you showed up for this one. I'm hoping you guys are going to have some fun. So from this part forward, you don't have to glue anything down. All right? You don't have to if you don't want to. I suggest messing around with stuff and maybe taking pictures. I've got my camera here to take some pictures. That way it's a little less stressful because you're not stuck with something that you really hate. All right? So we've got a focal point. Now I want you to go over to your vanilla ice cream background fodder. And let's see if I can get both of these in this shot here. And I want you to pick 2 pieces of background something to go underneath your focal point. Make sure that it's something that's going to bring your focal point out. You don't want something real busy like that because it gets lost. So you want something a little more vanilla ice cream like. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Here's some blue text. Oh, see, yep, that's one of my pieces. And then the other piece, let's see, what do I have? Some circles. I don't want my background pieces to compete too much. And that blue is kind of competing with the circles. I guess I could do it that way. That's what I'm going to pick. Kind of like the looks of it. My background pieces are too large. Let's see, let me just put that one there. And let me tear this one and put it here. I'm not going to glue. Don't glue unless You absolutely love it. I don't know if I really want that in the center. All right. So I'm going to put it that way. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. So this could be your collage. Now, if you like it, then it's done. But if you don't, you might need to add a little bit something more. I'm going to pick two more little tiny something detail things to put on this. I am thinking maybe a ticket and this house. I am going to fussy cut this little cabin, shed. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but I am going to fussy cut it out. Because it really doesn't need all that green behind it. All right. Oh, that's fabulous, Peggy. I don't have a garage. All right, so I am going to put my ticket there, and actually maybe I should put it on the other side. Scooch it over just a tad and put the house on the ticket. It doesn't have to make sense. It does not have to make sense. I don't know if I like this weird little pokey out thing going on over there, so let me switch it the other way. I think I like it better that way. Trying to get it to sit perfectly. And I might have to cut that off because I'm going to take a picture of it. So let me cut that straight and rearrange it because I messed it all up. And I'm just going to take a picture. So I'm not sure I love it. And I think I want to try it a couple different ways. If I take a picture, I can see it at a different angle. It does look like his elbow is on top of the house. And that makes absolutely no sense at all, which I really do like a whole lot. Of course, I put a shadow in my picture here. And it is at an angle. Not perfect. I'll have to take pictures of it later. But it's not bad. Which kind of, it does tell a story. His elbow is on top of this house. Obviously, he's a giant lizard with his elbow on the house. Jennifer, are you doing the exercises? You like the blue text? I kind of do too. I do. I like to. This is from a magazine. I save all text from magazines that are different colors because I like um, colored text. So I save all that stuff. Newspaper I like too because it's matte and it's not shiny. It's a different texture. I like to save that kind of stuff too. So, how are you doing? No, I stressed you out last get together, didn't I? You couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle it. All right, let's go on. I'm going to put this to the side. You're harvesting magazines. All right, I suppose that's okay. Um, I stressed Jennifer out last time. She likes to put lots of stuff on her collages, and I was only letting them do a certain amount of stuff on their things, and it was. She's protesting. She's protesting. Um, and if you don't like your collage, add something more. Maybe it needs, something more. I'm thinking it might need something on this corner, but I kind of like it the way it is. I am putting that to the side. I'll look at it again later. I'll take a picture of it for the new no glue collage thing. I broke you. Oh, no, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. That's painful for me. I broke you. All right. All right. So this time, let's pick two background bits. Two background bits. Let's see how many other people I can break. Let's see how many other people I can break. All right. So I have this playing card back, and um, do I want painted paper? I want something that'll kind of go with it. I think I will do just those two pieces. I was thinking maybe a piece of security envelope, but I don't see any of that. I like large text on colors too. Christine, you're not broke. Giving people ideas. Oh, that's a nice Trader Joe's um, advertisement. They do their printing in different colors. See, I love that. I love all the different colors. And look how cool that looks together. I like that. All right, so I'm picking those two pieces. This is kind of white. I don't know if I really like them on the cream colored background. Do I have any large white? I got some white pieces of paper. And I don't know if I really want to use this whole or do I want to cut it. I think I want to use it whole, but I think I want a little less of this. And I think I'm going to do that. This is my background. All right, I'm just making a background. No, 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 Laura, do not encourage them. They are not broken. They are not broken. They are just they're calling out wolf. I don't believe that they're broken. Bye, Laura. Yes, and that's what I was doing with um, with the signature. I did about 4-inch square or 8-inch by 4-inch, and sew them into signatures so that I could do some of these in a book. So maybe I should put one of these in there. Instead of on there. Alright, so that is my background. Now I need to find a focal point to put on the background. A focal point to put on the background. I'm looking at that black, but I don't know if I like that very much. Maybe I would rather have something, I think I need something larger. Maybe a figure. No. No, no, no. Something, oh. Maybe her. I kind of like her. And I can put a funny head on her if I want. I do, I kind of like that. Bye, Crafty Angel. Thank you, Jean. I do appreciate all my patrons. Hope you find some fun stuff there. Alright, so this is what... Hello, are we still here? We had a little glitch. We had a little glitch. It all went black there for a second. Are we still here? I don't know what happened. A lot of people must be on the internet, I bet. Are we here? And it says I am not here. I can't connect to chat, and so I don't see any new chat, and not sure if you guys are here or not. Okay, so I had to refresh. I don't know. I had to refresh. Now I see you all. All right. Yeah. I didn't see anything in chat at all. My whole screen went black for about 5 seconds. I do apologize for that. I see you all now. I see you. I see you. Bye, Susan. All right. So we're here. All right. Going further here. Going further. So this is a real simple collage, and those can, if you like it, it's good. I'm looking for my basket of heads, because I think I want to put a head on her, and I am not sure where my basket of heads went to. I am trying to finish up a bunch of projects, and I've got too much stuff all around me here. Too much stuff. I can't find a whole lot of anything. So let me grab this. Is the basket of heads I was using for that video I did. Now I can put that there, but I don't like the red against the red. It kind of blends in. It's really not bold enough um, to really stand out. So I'm going to suggest let's add two more somethings to this collage. It's too simple. Jennifer says add more, add more. Maybe I could put a blue dog head on that red. Really make it stand out. What else do I have? I'm looking for something black. She's wearing a black print dress. So I'm looking for something. Maybe put her down just a little bit. And that house kind of brings it. It's a playing card. Yep, it's a piece of a playing card. And one more something. I see red. I'm going for red. I have these stars. Can I put the stars somewhere without it looking too weird? Not really. I also see a red ticket. It's almost too big. I see a little red. This is a piece of store-bought ephemera. I think it's Tim Holtz that I've taken the backing off. And so let me put it right about there. This is what Jennifer's really good at. She is really good at putting stuff on, putting more stuff on. And I do like that too. I like that just the way it is. If you don't like what you've got, you can add a little bit more. Little details really make a collage interesting. And it gives something for your viewers to look for. Little rewards for paying attention and really looking at your collage if you have little tiny details that you don't see at first glance. I have a little egg here. You know what one that I really like is the um, Coach logo. It's a little horse-drawn carriage, and it's tiny. It's black and white. I put that on everything. I love that thing. I love it. I have it in here, if I can find it. So you know what I'm talking about. I put it, every time I see one of those, and I see them a lot because they're in every magazine, that horse-drawn carriage right there. I love it. And this one would be really good with one of those right there, but I don't have one handy. So I might add one of those later. But I will glue that down later. I like it. I like it. And I'm not going to spend time gluing now. I'm going to put it to the side and enjoy it. Alright, so that's another page in this little booklet that I've got done. Alright, so let's do some collaging Jennifer style. Jennifer style. What we're going to do is we are going to get out 3 backgrounds. 3 backgrounds. Let me see. What should I do? Should I do them all the same? I'm going to do them the same. I'm going to have 3 backgrounds out here. Alright? Alright, we're going to work on 3 collages at the same time. So what you need to do is get one piece of background something for each piece. One piece of background. And I might just glue stuff down. Yeah, I said we weren't gluing, so alright. I am going to pick that. I'm going to pick this pink little bit of large text. And for this one, how about some green painted paper? Alright, you're in. Alright. So this is a non-planning kind of way to go about it. It's just a different way. Some people work better this way. All right? So now let's put on another piece of background, a little bit smaller than what we have here. We want to overlap a little bit. Let's just do a background. Let's make some interesting stuff in the background. This is a dime roll. Trying to get unglued here. You'll find these in my fish bits. I like to use these too. I tell you, if it's paper, it's fair game. All right. So I am just going to use a piece of that. And I like the green with the green. So I'm going to put that there. Something in the background over here. It has text on it, so let's go with, let's really make it pink. Should we really make it pink? I am going to really pink it up. I'm not a big pink person, but there we go. And then something for over here that might have too much contrast to it. Some packaging, some purple packaging might be fun. Let me get the cardboard part off of this. There we go. And let me just rip that part off. I'm going to put it underneath the other one. It's a little bit larger. All right. Can't do one. This is a non-planning, just keep adding stuff kind of thing, Christine. You can do 3. We'll do it slow. We'll do it slow. I'm wondering if this might help you. Not. I think you plan too much. I think you're planning, and you're overthinking about what you're doing. All right. So if you do 3, you're not planning. You're just adding stuff. We're not gluing stuff down. So you can change it around if you really, really hate it. All right? And my paper is kind of curling here. I'm just going to put just a dab of glue down so it doesn't, because this glue will come unstuck. It will come unstuck. It won't stay for very long. So it'll just keep it flat, I hope, for a minute. We're not gluing anything down. We're just collecting, arranging, and seeing what will happen. So if you've got quite a bit of stuff on, I've used some pretty large pieces. This is one of those tricks to use. Use large pieces. If you're using, a bunch of small little pieces, and let me just move this aside for just a second. If you are using, a bunch of small, tiny little pieces, I don't have to cut them because I've got a ton of small little bits. Let me just put some small little bits down here so you can see what I'm talking about. You put a bunch of small, tiny little bits. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that. There's some small little bits. Your backgrounds, well, that's a focal point, and that's a focal point. Your backgrounds get busy. They get busy. Even if you're using vanilla ice cream, neutral kinds of things, it gets busy. And once you've got a lot of little tiny bits that are doing a lot of different things, it's hard to find something that will go on top. Let's see if I've got a fussy cut image. It's hard, well, see, she's pretty bold, pretty dark. It can be hard to find things to go on top of it. It can be hard. Things tend to get lost in a busy, busy background. So I suggest using larger bits on the bottom and building your backgrounds up just a little bit instead of using a bunch of little tiny bits. This takes a long time. Bye, Dina. This takes a long time to do, and you don't need to spend this much time doing something like that. All right, so let's do one more little background bit, something. Take a look at your background bits. Find something that will be interesting. I saw this. And I kind of like the looks of it. Let me take this white strip off the edge, though. I kind of like the looks of that. Now I have really filled up the whole background, and you don't need to fill up the whole background. A little bit of white space is good. You don't have to fill up everything. So let me see if I can find something to go with this pink. Pink is a hard one for me. Let's see here. I'm seeing some tickets. Oh, here's a piece of scribbled on newspaper. And then something over here. I think I'm going to pick a small little something. And I'm just going to put that there. All right, so here's my backgrounds. All right. It's hard to glue and walk on a treadmill at the same time. You're going to post it on Instagram. Yes, tag me on Instagram so I can see what you guys are doing. I would love that. All right, so now we've got some backgrounds, and we haven't planned out what we're doing yet. We have no idea. Find a focal point that will go on your background. I noticed this flamingos, and I think I want to use these flamingos. Trying to see if you can actually see them on this background. I think you can. I think you can. So find something to go on your... I found this Diana. Oh. See, this is really hard for me because I can't see what is going on, what you're doing. I do like to give suggestions. So maybe you'd be happier if you did this or something like that. So this is really tough for me. I can't see what's going on to give any suggestions. So let's find a focal point for this purple thing. Oh, here's some legs. Put some legs on the flamingos. There goes my imagination. Um, I just can't help myself. Maybe this car. I've got another lizard. John is a natural. He he's I just don't know. He just knows what to do and how to do it, and it just comes really easy for him. I don't know if I like the feet on the flamingos. It's going to be too big anyway, so something else. All right. So yes, Diana she's floating. She's floating. And I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. Because we're not done adding stuff to these collages yet. Working on more than one at a time really opens up your brain to not focus on the bad parts of each collage. All right? So obviously we've got a floating lizard, floating Diana, and these need something. So let's add some little details, and it could be anything, some details so that we can fix some of these things. Maybe she needs to sit on, oh, look at, there's a pink dragonfly. Just add that because I like the way the pink dragonfly looks. Here's a sand castle. Maybe I can disguise these flamingos with the sand castle. Here is a postage stamp. And just add things. They could be focal points or they could be some little bits of background stuff, just some little details to take care of the problems, floating things, or something that wasn't cut correctly. You want to disguise that, maybe. Maybe we should put some feet underneath Diana so she's standing on some feet. It looks a little strange, right? Okay. So maybe not that. Maybe she's sitting on a car. So this is where you let your imagination just roam. And this is nice when you're not gluing down your stuff, that you can move things around, add things, put things underneath other things, and if you don't like it, you haven't wasted any of your elements that you might like. You can see what's going on. Let me separate these a little bit. I think this one needs some more stuff. But working on more than one at a time is, your brain isn't getting stuck thinking about this one spot. I don't like that. Got to fix this one spot. What? I don't see anything. Let your brain rest and think about something else for a little bit. I like that butterfly. I might have to fussy cut that out, put someplace. Or fussy tear. Give it a little bit of a shape. Take away some of that other stuff. Give Diana a wing. Give Diana some wings. We know she had them. So keep adding stuff until I don't really like that. Let's go and do something else. If you're letting your brain look at different things, get working on different stuff, and then you come back to that, this one, and say, that doesn't look quite right. Maybe try something else. Black fish doesn't seem to go with anything. Give yourself a break so that you're not getting frustrated trying to fix a collage. There, I kind of like that. I don't know if I like their legs. I might have to just cut their legs off and like they're sitting on something. And so this is Jennifer's style. She just keeps adding stuff and covering up little bits that she doesn't like until she likes it. Until she feels like there's enough stuff. Which is a cool way to work. And you have seen her book. Jennifer's the one that I did the flip through of her Coptic Stitch junk journal, and she put so much stuff into it, and it was really cool. This is her style. She just keeps adding stuff until she likes it, until she doesn't have any more room to add things, until she just gets tired of that page. Let me fussy cut this little guy out. I like that he's really bold. And he might be kind of cool right there. Alright? So that might be part of your style. I want to tell you all are very unique. Every single person has their own very unique style. And maybe this purple stamp might be nice instead of the green stamp. You may love the way somebody does collages and really want to do your collages that way, but sometimes it's just not part of your style. You can like somebody else's collage and not be able to do that kind of collage yourself. It happens. It happens. It happens a lot. Everybody has their different styles. Everybody has different likes and dislikes. Everybody has different things that they're working with. You might need to slow down a little bit, Missy. I think the no glue thing might work for you really well. So you can put things together, kind of like this, and add more things, or subtract things if you've put too much stuff down before you glue anything down, and see if you really like it. I'm not sure if I like this one. I'm not loving that one a whole lot. That helps. That helps. I kind of like that. But if you are not, um, you don't like what you're doing, don't give yourself the stress of gluing it down and then having to live with it. Keep working, keep, changing things out, keep doing stuff until, you find something that you do like. And when you do like it, glue it down then. The more practice that you get rearranging stuff and seeing what you like, the better, um, the faster you will get used to doing collages and working with. How many things am I working with? I kind of lost count. Some of the collages have more things than others. Two, three, four, five, six. This one has 7 pieces. 7 is a big number for me, I suppose. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. I did not do that on purpose. Let me put one more piece down here to give this guy something to come out of. I stopped counting. I stopped counting. Hello, Shell. I stopped counting and just kind of went with it and just started adding things to the collages. I might just glue those down. I think I like the green stamp more than the purple stamp. I don't know why, but I think it's because I can see the green stamp a little bit better. I'm not real sure about this one, but I like it a little bit better than I did. Maybe if I put him down on the bottom, I might like it. It is interesting that they each have just 7 pieces on them. So I'm going to put those to the side before I glue them down and really take a look. Let's do just one more something. One more. And then I'm going to call it quits. And you can do these little bits over and over and over again using different things. It helps just to practice doing what you're doing. I'm just going to use a piece of paper, and I am going to pick out a focal point that's not cut out, that is large and obnoxious. Alright, I like this guy. I don't know if you can see it. It is a guy on a diving board wearing a flamingo floaty. I really like it. And I would like to do something with that. It's not an image that I am going to be able to fussy cut. Right? It's impossible. It is nice that he's on this nice yellow background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add things to this background and call that my collage. Now, I don't know if I want to fill out the square with yellow, or do I want to use pink and bring out this guy. I need something a little larger, I think. Or do I want to use something really neutral? And just maybe some newspaper. Or maybe some black and white. I think I need color. Maybe some painted paper would look good there. I think we found it. All right. And all I am going to do is add some little bits and pieces on top. Ooh, here's a little piece of yellow. Until I like what I have here. A ticket, let me use the yellow ticket. Admit one. I need some stuff up here. I don't want another ticket. A little piece of painted paper to balance out all the pinks. Maybe this little strip down the edge. My square is about here. The dots, the dots. You like the dots? I don't know if I like the dots because they're blue. So, you know, this is one of those where you just get a base and you add stuff until here's a butterfly. You add stuff until you're satisfied, until you like it. Change things out that you don't like the looks of. Don't need to glue anything down until you are happy. A little bit of red. I'm moving this one over because I kind of like it. I don't know if I like that orange butterfly though. It's a big mess on your small work table with 3 working. Oh yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is. Sarah is working in a camper. So she's got limited space. So she's got 3 people in this camper working on a small little table. It's a bit of a challenge. It is a bit of a challenge, especially when you've got 3 people doing stuff. So I think I like the red on this purple background. Get these out of the way. They're kind of distracting me. They're kind of distracting me. I guess that's why I like my things in little baskets and then I can move them around. I'm really liking the game boxes, empty game boxes. So yeah, I use lids of shoebox lids to put things, and I can scooch things around so that way they don't take up quite so much space. And scooching stuff around to see things because I don't have a lot of space myself. Let's put the watch on here. I want some words. I didn't bring my words over here, so I don't have any words, but words are good to add to collage too. So how are we all doing? Here's an egg. An egg at the bottom of the diving board. For the flamingo floaty. White dots with teal. Oh, you like that one better? So that one kind of goes with that. They echo each other a little bit. I could put this one I could put that one there or that one up here. Tie all that stuff together. Yes, and we hope to see Sarah and John in more live streams. So this is one of those, it's just kind of fun to fiddle. It is just kind of fun to keep adding. When you've added too much, take something off. She's funny. She's looking up in the air. If I cut off all this blue stuff, I am one of those that just my imagination goes wild, and I like my elements to interact with each other. So when I see something like a figure looking looking up like this, what is that? What are they looking up at? And I just let my mind wander. We could put her down on the bottom and she's looking up at the guy. Hello, Lala. Hello, hello. So these are some really simple exercises, and without gluing stuff down, it really does relieve the stress of I really don't like it and now I have to look at it, you know. You can keep moving stuff around until it looks like something that you like. Add stuff, take stuff away. I'm going to put that on top of that. Rearrange stuff until it looks right. You gave up a while ago. I know. We struggle. We got some strugglers. We've got some strugglers. Um, Try to keep it simple. We'll do one more quick one. This is the one that broke Jennifer. Just two background pieces. I see these two background pieces. Just two background pieces and one focal point on top. What do I have that's... Oh, I have a seal. Let's fussy cut him out, because he's very dark and bold and out there. Two background pieces and one focal point on top. Your collage does not have to be complicated. There, I like it better that way. That way. It doesn't have to be a bunch of pieces. It can be really simple. Hello, Nancy. You don't need a whole lot of stuff. Now, see, Jennifer would want to add a bunch of stuff to this, which is fine. I mean, you've seen her wonderful collages. She likes a lot of stuff. Me, I like it simple, but I like things to interact a little bit. So this poor little seal seems like he's a little lonely. Maybe I'd put a butterfly balancing on his nose. Or, what else do I have? Here's a crab. Like the crab is going to pinch his nose. Or what else do I have? I don't have any tiny little detail stuffs. I had a hard time getting ready for this. Got so much stuff going on. Here's a turtle that could be flying in the air after he gets fussy cut. Here's some scissors. Or maybe this egg. He's balancing an egg on his nose. This is where I have fun. I just get, my imagination, just let it just wander off and do its own thing. I'll see something and I'll, try to figure out how can I make this work? How can I make my things interact? And yes, I have Jennifer's other book too. Thinking about doing a flip through on it because she's put so much stuff in it. It probably wouldn't be recognizable. So I could put a seahorse there. The seahorse and the seal could be kissing. So, just let your imagination go. It doesn't have to make sense. Put an eye out in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be real. That's what collage, it's fun. It makes it fun when it is complete nonsense. Oh, here's a cool little bright little puppy dog, and he would be cool right about there. So I'm going to leave it at that. A couple little quick exercises, and I just want to leave you with, if you don't glue things down, if you just mess around and make some little collages, try out different things, you're going to get practice arranging stuff. You're going to be able to see what you do like and what you don't like. The more you do it, the more you let your imagination run, and the more you'll be willing to try new things because they're not glued down. If it really looks ridiculous, you can move it. It's not glued. It is not glued. Here's a fish. Here's a fish. Give it a little bit of shape. I saw this out of the corner of my eye. So maybe the fish is going to get eaten by the seal. But I'm just saying, practice makes perfect, yes, but um, send pictures, yes. I did post on Facebook about this live stream. If you want to take pictures of your collages and post them in the comments, I would love to see what you guys have been doing. If you want to tag me on Instagram, um, that would be fabulous too. But just mess around. You don't have to glue things down. You can just keep arranging. That is one of the great things about this no glue collage is you can use the same stuff over and over again, not glue it down, and be able to use it on different stuff in different ways. And it works. It helps, especially beginners. It helps to be able to redo or try something new and not be saddled with stuff that you really don't like. So thanks everyone for all your thumbs up. Thank you for being here. I hope this has been a little stress-free um, break from all the nonsense. It shouldn't, collage should not be that stressful. It's just something fun. Move stuff around. Don't glue it down until you love it, till you like it. Don't glue it down. Just keep moving stuff, taking stuff away or adding other stuff. I really like my house lady here. I really like my house lady. I will be gluing her down. So thank you all for your thumbs up. If you want to see more little exercises, you can visit me at Patreon. There's some workshops there. The link is in the description box below. I am not sure when I will be streaming again. I've got a ton of stuff that I need to be doing. I've got some stuff that I need to finish instead of working on new streams. I need to finish up some stuff and get some flips videos done. So thank you all. It was fun to see you all and fun to see you in the chat and chat with you. Don't let this get you really frustrated. Laugh at yourself a little bit. It is, you'll get there. You'll get there. Keep moving stuff around. You'll get there. I promise. Eventually, you'll get there. So thanks you all. It was fun. Until next time, I will put a video up saying when I will stream again to give you some warning. I'll probably do just a process in my math book video so I don't have to plan anything. Hope this helps you guys. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.